Oh, yeah, got the squad back with me. Listen, I got the squad back with me. Listen, I'm going to mess around and be consistent in the New Year's. I'm going to mess around here and have a consistent podcast up in 2024. Y'all listen to the Kick Rocks Wrestling Podcast. Happy New Year. I don't know the cutoff of the New Year. I guess I'm going to say a week. I'm going to say a week. You know what I mean? Even if you and the week's pushing it. You know what I mean? But what can I say? I'm being more people accuse me of being people accuse me of being a hater over the years, you know what I mean? And I'm always a firm believer in this. You don't like everything. Does everybody like everything in the world? Just because you don't like something don't mean you a hater. You know what I mean? I'll let everybody know when I'm hating. You know what I'm saying? But before I get on a rant, before I lose my damn mind on this 2024 edition of the podcast, he's back in the building. Chef Justin, what it do?
The Crockpot King, what's happening?
What it do? All right. Cream sickling it up. You see what I'm saying? DPJR, what it do?
Light-skinned Phantom of an Opera in the building. Yeah.
Andrew Lloyd Webber don't got a damn thing on you.
Ain't got nothing.
And the man, the myth, the legend, what a fresh ring light. JMC.
I love how DP has already embraced his new nickname.
Okay.
Yo, we here in the building, y'all. Yo, your boy Evan Mack in the building. Got the crew with me. 2024 Kick Rock Wrestling Podcast. A lot of things going on. Every time I turn around, something's going on in the world of professional wrestling. Whether it's random Negroes making apology posts, whether it's Brahma Bulls returning, whether it's priests not cashing in, no matter what, there's something going on. Whether it's dumb devil reveals, there's always something going on in the world of professional wrestling. So with that being said, it's 2024. It is January 3rd. We are fresh into the new year. So I wanted to do some bold predictions. And how this is going to work, fellas, is I'm going to go around the horn, and you're going to give me your boldest prediction of 2024, and we will see whose will come true. This is not something dirt sheet related. This is something coming off the top of your brain. This could be something that you're fantasizing about. This could be about something you actually are predicting that can happen. And I'm going to go around the horn. And let me start with the chef. Bold prediction of 2024.
Dominic Mysterio will be a world champion.
100% agree. 100% agree with you. You know how disgusting that is? Dominic Mysterio probably going to win Money in the Bank.
By hook or by crook, he will.
He will be world champion. Yes, yes. It's a matter of time. And I'm talking about above United States title. Above.
That was right off the top of my head. I couldn't
guarantee you. I guarantee you're right about this.
By the way, Evan never stipulated that we have to like our bold predictions.
No, I hate
that prediction. Yeah, I hate that.
You ain't got to like it at all.
real quick, if I could usurp saying it. Guys, go around the horn real quick and tell me your favorite Dominic Mysterio match, and then tell me the best Dominic Mysterio promo. Go ahead. He's the best heel in wrestling, so go ahead and tell me.
I'm gonna say
when he yelled at his mama first and foremost off the top of his head.
Yeah,
and
that's
the match
probably the
when
best
his
one.
daddy spanked his ass. Took his belt off, gave him that smoke. You hear me?
That's
champion.
You know what? I'm gonna give him credit. I liked his WrestleMania entrance.
Yes.
Yes. That's not what I asked.
That has dick to do with him, though.
I know.
You're not wrong. Yeah.
Oh, he's not wrong at all. Dominic Mysterio being a world champion in WWE. Bold prediction from Chef, and I'm telling you, he was right on the money. Anybody listening to the sound of my voice, this will happen. This will happen. DPJR, bold prediction of 2024.
2024, if you will. We got
you got the whole year to make it happen. You got the whole year to make it happen. So you can go crazy.
I know. I say Will Ospreay will be AEW World Champion in 2024. That's my bold prediction.
Wow. Damn.
I personally think, in my humble opinion, that he has everything. He's toned it down to be the best worker in AEW, and he doesn't have to do all that crazy shit. And he could get that European heat, and then you put it on a hot baby face, and then you could explode that baby face. Pause 5 seconds. That's what could happen. So go ahead and give me Will Ospreay, AEW World Champion in 2024.
Not bad. I soured on him a bit. It doesn't mean you're wrong. I don't know, man. He gonna kill himself one day. So I'm always weary of these dudes that are liable to kill themselves and kill everybody else. But it's not a bad prediction, though. It doesn't mean it's a bad prediction. JMC.
Yeah,
it's not a bad prediction at all.
I don't even know if this is bold anymore, but Mercedes Moné will be AEW Women's Champion before the end of the year.
Damn.
Not WWE.
Yeah, and listen, it's bold because it ain't happened. If it ain't happening, it's bold.
I think she priced herself out of the market, honestly, because I'm not saying she's not worth every penny, especially now with Charlotte being out, but can we really say that she's worth as much, if not more, than Charlotte Flair, having not been there and given the way that she exited the company, whether for right or for wrong? I don't see it, but I could see Trinity coming back a lot more quickly than Sasha to WWE, especially after I heard talks broke down. I don't have any inside sources on that. However, I will say if AEW can sign Mercedes and maybe a few other names, and Tony Khan once again said he's going to be even more aggressive in free agency this year, my God, how's that possible?
Yeah, that's insane.
But Mercedes Moné, AEW.
Yeah, that's the C. I don't know, man.
I don't either.
The reason why I say I don't know is ain't nobody there. There ain't nobody there.
Changer.
But it's only a game changer, DP, if she can face people. Listen, Sasha Bianca too, Sasha Charlotte, Sasha Bailey, Sasha Io, Sasha Jade, Sasha Trick. Can I? What is there for? Who is there for? Like to legitimately push her and legitimately challenge her. That's my only thing, fam.
You know what Juicy J said? Bands will make her dance. That's
my favorite Juicy J. That's my favorite Juicy J song too.
If the rumors are true, if 5 of 25, man, they could have kicked MJ.
I ain't listening to none of that bullshit.
I'm just saying, if she goes to AEW, they gave her the bag. I don't know what it is, but they gave her a bag to get her to hang the phone up on Paul. They gave her something.
Okay, listen. Okay,
$5 million a year, but they gave her something.
These wrestlers can do whatever the hell they want and go to any promotion they want. I'm just letting them know for their legacy, you go ahead and keep wrestling average if you want to. That's up to you. Like, listen, I'm cool either way. I'm just gonna pull up on the podcast and talk my shit. You the one that got to be doing collar and elbows with people that are like, do you remember that match? I'm like, no. It's how we almost back in April right now, and I'm still talking about Charlotte Rhea. Still. So you tell me, y'all both tell me, all y'all tell me the match that we're gonna be talking about with Sasha and who at AEW. Who? You tell me that we're gonna be talking about for years to come. People still talking about Sasha Bailey. Like, damn, that was NXT, bro.
Well, if they would,
that's wild.
The problem is DMD. She got hurt and then she got cool.
Oh, please don't say Britt. But
but she's not there anymore. At one point in time, it would have been a good idea, but nowadays it's like she's forgotten. So I see what you're saying when it comes to the women's roster. Her and Jamie Hayter would have been good, but it wouldn't be remarkable as it pertains to growing her in head
at all. Am I the only person in this world that enjoys box office when I'm spending time and money? I can't be, man. I can't be the only one because if I don't because listen, I'm only a few years in from getting like press credentials. Back in the day, I paid for all this wrestling shit. I paid for all these events, all these pay-per-views, all this travel. Like, I paid for that out of my own pocket, me and my wife, because it's always a package deal. I ain't paying for this nonsense if it ain't box office. I ain't paying for this nonsense to be like, yeah, it was cool. Nah, man, I'm trying to see epic. WWE understands that. Hence the reason why the Brahma Bull is back. Hence the reason why CM Punk's back, even though I don't like that bum. They understand somebody's traveling 6,000 miles from across another continent. They ain't trying to see no bullshit.
Man, but it has to start somewhere, though, F. It's got to start
I know.
somewhere.
Listen, you ain't wrong. Listen, I told you I'm a hater. You ain't wrong.
Thought you were supposed to be more blissful and cheerful and nice.
I lied. It lasted. When we in 10 minutes of the show, I lied. Damn it. Mackey's bold prediction of the year, man. Cody does not finish the story at WrestleMania. He don't finish the story at Elimination Chamber. He don't finish the story until I don't know when. That's my bold prediction, that Cody actually does not finish the story. What say you, gentlemen?
Crickets fall over the crowd.
I could be wrong.
So there's no way that Perth, Australia is a big enough stage or venue. I heard allegedly there's 45,000 seats sold in a 60,000 arena. You put Rock and Roman in there, you sell it out in 2 seconds. So I'm okay. I agree. It's arguably it's arguably the biggest match of all time. So you're not wrong, but I just don't understand how that's maybe this new generation of guys is just so understanding with Cody and with Seth Rollins, and they're not going to do what CM Punk did a decade ago and complain about part-timers coming in and taking the WrestleMania spot, which CM Punk is actually doing now. The Rock, honestly, is The Rock, Steve Austin, they're big enough stars they can do that. I think you just throw your hands up and say it's the 40th anniversary of WrestleMania. They deserve to be in any spot they want to be in. To me, CM Punk's not that caliber, but there's a few guys that are, so I don't think you can argue with it. And Cody Rhodes grew up in the business. I think he would understand. I just don't know where you go from there, and that really cools him off. But you're not wrong, Evan. I agree with you. I just don't see it happening now, and I don't think Perth, Australia is the right venue, but man, that would be a tremendous atmosphere, but you're really not maximizing the potential of one of, if not the biggest match in the history of the company.
Dylan Matthews knows I love him. I love him more than most people that I've never met before. But I'll be damned if World Wrestling Entertainment wastes the biggest matchup since Rock Cena on some damn Australians. I'll be damned. I'll be damned. This
broken things should happen in Elimination Chamber. He said, "You can't give me what I want 2 months early."
WWE wants Perth to be the WrestleMania of Australia. I get it, guys. I see the vision. I see what you're trying to pull off. You're trying to make a little vibe like it was in Puerto Rico. I know what you're trying to do. But let me tell you something. Let me tell you how crazy it would be as Americans.
Brother. Let
me tell you how crazy we'd be as Americans. You know how many people have bought that ticket to WrestleMania 40 just for what I'm talking about right now? I'm gonna be fair and say about 25%. 25% of everyone who bought a ticket to WrestleMania 40 bought it just because of that T-shirt that Chef Justin's wearing. Point blank, period. What'd you say when The Rock came up and said that line? What'd you say? What'd you say in the chat?
Tell him, Chef.
I'm looking at flights.
Wait, what did you say? Did you say looking at flights to Australia? Did you say that?
I did not.
Okay. That's all I need to know. One line, Chef message. He said one line, Chef messaged in the chat. I'm looking at flights in Philadelphia. That's what he said.
Wifey gave me permission to go.
Talking about getting permission from wives. Talking about Chef was like, "Yo, my wife, she gonna be all right. She gonna have to take the L on this. I'm gone." That I'm just trying to say that kind of you go ahead and mess up that for Australia. Boy, I will swim my ass. I will swim to the land.
But can I argue against it though?
Please. This is why you here.
Man,
so I get what they want to do though. I mean, look at what they did last year and look at how a lot of the pay-per-views worked out. I mean, you had the Royal Rumble where the men's Royal Rumble match wasn't the final match. It was a championship match with Roman and Kevin Owens, right? And then you had Sami Zayn, the whole Sami Zayn thing, which ended the show. You mentioned Puerto Rico. You did not mention they were in Cardiff, Wales, right? So like I get what the plan is. You want the PLEs to be significant. You want them to mean something. Mm-hmm. If anything, Rhea Ripley should be finishing the show, and that would be a crime.
She's closing out
away from her, right? So
she's closing out.
I see the vision, and I would get how you can keep WrestleMania special, but still make these other ones special because each of the pay-per-views last year had a special moment or a special match And so it makes them all significant. So I get why the internet is going to jump to, well, this is what they did last year. So this year they're probably going to have this show before Mania and still have. Well, I'm just trying to think on
not you. Right. The masses are dead wrong. And the reason why they're dead wrong is because what you just said, Chef. Rhea's closing out the show. So if Rhea's closing out the show, no, Rhea's closing out that show. So if Rhea's closing out the show, what are you gonna do? Rock and Roman before? This is my problem. Fans get crazy. That match is going to be at WrestleMania.
There's no connective tissue other than the fact that they're Samoan to Australia. There's none. So why would you even waste the Rock Roman Reigns generational match, the likes of which we ain't never seen on
or will see again?
No disrespect on Elimination Chamber for what? For who?
That's a carryover pay-per-view. DP. That's a carryover pay-per-view, and we all know it is. We need to stop pretending like Elimination Chamber is not a carryover pay-per-view to WrestleMania. We gotta stop this foolishness. Even when Bray Wyatt won the title, he immediately dropped it to Randy Orton at WrestleMania. Immediately.
I mean, you're right. Elimination Chamber should be the pay-per-view that leads to whatever second title is up for grabs at WrestleMania.
Big facts. And I don't think that's a bad thing. They have pay-per-views for all year. It's 12 months. They have to keep you engaged. When people start stuff circulating around based on conjecture and all this other shit without no logic behind it, you need to understand something here. This is probably The Rock's last match ever. So just based on the logical, that's what bothers me about the net. What bothers me about that is think about what I'm saying here. It's not about Australia. It's not about Perth. The Rock's last match ever? Why the hell would that not be a WrestleMania 40? Not WrestleMania 23, WrestleMania 40. Y'all, man, people out there damn mind if you don't think that Samoans pulling up to Philadelphia. You're crazy. And I'll be the first one to pull up on this podcast and be like, damn, what do I know? It must be a scheduling thing. I'll say some dumb shit like that. And it might be something just as simple as, oh, Mac, you're overthinking it. The Rock can't even do the match at 40. Oh, if that's the case, well, if that's the case, well, then what the hell am I talking about? But I think if they back that Brinks truck up for that old man, then he's going to show up where they want him to show up. With all due respect to this little football league and his movie career, bruh, we need you for a couple Raws and SmackDowns, and we need you in Philly. Let's stop acting like what we talking about right now. I don't need to do but cut a promo, stand in front of Roman at Royal Rumble, go to a SmackDown, sign a contract, and then show up in Philly. I don't need nothing from Dwayne, but to be in that square circle with Roman Reigns. That's all I really need. I don't need all this tune-up matches. I don't need him to take out the bloodline. I don't need none of that because he's losing.
So to present another side of that coin, the only thing that I do know that has been out in the zeitgeist is that Perth, Australia tourism wants Dwayne Johnson so bad for a week of press and photo ops and X, Y, and Z. They've offered to share the bill with WWE to bring him in should he do it. That offer's been on the table. We're looking at a $5 million price tag, allegedly. These are reliable sources. However, I don't have any proof. I just have some sources that I've heard.
Let him fly on the private jet, Jay. Take a couple pictures, shake a couple kangaroos' hands for Elimination Chamber weekend, and fly his ass back home. How about that?
Well,
y'all ain't listen, Australia, you ain't getting the Rock. Period. You ain't getting Dwayne Johnson. Mackie says y'all ain't Dylan Matthews. Y'all ain't getting Dwayne the Rock Johnson. I will swim my black ass to Australia and slap every Australian.
They could put him in.
I hope somebody clips this right now. Clip that clip right there.
Clip it. I'll clip it my damn self. Hey, Australia, you ain't getting the Rock. He's mine. He belongs to us.
So right here in America, baby.
USA.
I'm not saying Dwayne the Rock Johnson is not a national treasure, and
What you trying to say, JMC? What you trying to say?
Oh, I'm gonna say it, and
this might be the last thing he says.
I'm gonna cut this dude's screen off. Go,
Chef. No disrespect, because I probably have more Project Rock gear than anyone in the planet, and I love the way it fits and caresses my shoulders so nicely.
That's Under Armour. They ain't got shit to do with the Rock.
Wait,
that's
the
right.
shirt under this Project.
That's Baltimore, Maryland's finest fabrics.
It sure is. Went to school right. Did a commercial for them. Went to school right by the plant.
Woven, baby.
I'm saying all that to say, even though we obviously have some Rock fans on this panel, that promo was trash. Unlike that.
I said,
dude,
I'm going to get something to eat. I said, dang.
Oh, and that whole line was the best, and that was the best part of the promo.
So what are you talking about, right?
He delivered that the last line when he said the head of the table. He delivered that line perfectly. It was
beautiful.
It resonated. The Rock has become and guys, I don't know how you guys feel about this, but I know where Evan stands. The Rock has been nothing but shtick for about 10 years. It works for the casual fan. He's a major superstar, arguably the biggest superstar in the history of the business. I don't know how you even argue that.
I'll still put Hogan over him as far as wrestling.
If you just talk about wrestling, sure. But I mean, I thought Cena absolutely obliterated him in their feud years ago.
He did.
And I'm not saying he's not entertaining.
What you saying, Chef? What you saying, Chef? You say Cena didn't cook? You say Cena didn't cook him?
I'm gonna let him finish. Go ahead.
Oh, okay. Go ahead, Jay. Okay. I see his look.
I thought Cena relied on personal grudges, personal attacks, personal vendettas, and creativity and great delivery on the mic, which I think Cena's the best all time on the mic because it's so much harder to be a babyface.
That's what I say.
Rock's top, whatever you want to put him. Honestly, he is. Obviously,
it's easier to be an anti-hero, which The Rock was a lot of his career. Easy to be that.
It's easy to make sexual innuendos and swear, and it's easy to do a lot of things. It's not easy because if it was easy, there'd be a lot of Dwayne Johnson.
You know what I mean? No, it's easy. It's easier.
I thought Cena smoked him. I don't know, but again, guys, we always forget that we are the inside of the fans. And the Rock is geared towards the casual viewer, the kids. I mean. So The Rock is obviously effective, extremely effective in what he does. I don't know. I just find it to be shtick at this point, but I still want to see the match.
Of course you do.
Nothing coming from you, but go ahead, man.
I got 2 points, and they both are correct. And will justify what he's saying, though. So I'm going to counter it, but also agree with you because of what you just said. So, in terms of the promo. Yes, it's not his best work, but he played the hits, right? He gave you it doesn't matter. Mm-hmm. He sang a little bit. He did the crowd work. Yeah. He did the things that he's known for as of late. Yes, he's not Cena. Like, yes, Cena could come out here and roast whatever new guy. We still ain't seen Austin Theory since, and so it's not going to be on the same level. So yes. But in terms of The Rock and what he is, so for perspective, I was watching him come out in the promo yesterday. And in my house were 2 men who I had never met before. I was getting some work done in the bathroom. And so we had 2 plumbers here. Both plumbers walked by the TV while it was playing and stopped and said, "Oh, that's The Rock. He's back, huh?"
Yeah, right.
Like, and I had never met those men before, and he resonates with everybody. He resonates with, my family because we watch Young Rock. He resonates with my kids because they see the gear I'm wearing and they know, or Maui with Moana, or
Jumanji,
Jungle Cruise, Jumanji, all of that stuff, right? So like he's hitting all the notes because he's literally
he's Disney Black.
Right. So like I get it. In terms of quality, the promo was not good. But in
terrible.
Terms of what you expect The Rock to come out to do,
yeah,
he kind of did what he needed to do.
You can't argue with anything you're saying, brother. And I'm not here to do it.
I'm gonna pop because that's my guy. So
listen,
he could have cut crust off a peanut butter and jelly sandwich. I would have been excited.
And that's my issue with like nostalgia and shtick. Like Jinder Mahal was to me cut the best promo of his career. Legitimately.
He kind of did, though. He kind of did.
He did it. Jinder Mahal cut the best promo of his entire career. That character, the way he did that, he literally did the national anthem in Punjabi and people booed and he called us out on it. I said, that dude's a G for that. That dude's a G for that. Like, but he cut the best promo of his career from based on cadence and delivery and waiting for reaction. Things that people need to take note of when I say cut a promo. Cutting a good promo is not saying cool words and getting oohs. Cutting a promo is knowing when to wait and pause for subtle effect, to go up, to go down, to emote. And I'm not a promo school person, but I bet you I can cut promo better than half the people on that roster. I know that because I've seen a lot of trash. So like Jinder was polished, prepared, ready, and The Rock comes back with this doo-doo chance, this douchebag thing. I was like, what? Hey. I need you to come out, call out Roman Reigns, and go to hell on, man. What was happening, man? I was like, hey, man, damn it. Part of it's because I'm a 39-year-old man. Other part of it because, damn it, Jinder was cooking. Jinder Mahal was cooking, man. He was cooking the crowd. He was cooking everybody. He was cooking everything. He was cooking some Indian food. He was cooking some tandoori chicken. He was doing all kinds of things out there. That's the only Indian dish I actually do approve of. But you know what I mean? That boy was good.
A little bit of garlic naan.
Oh, yeah. He was cooking. He was cooking that naan. You know what I
mean? Do we think that character and that iteration of Jinder Mahal is going to be on TV more often?
I hope.
I need him to be the U.S. champion in like 3 months.
Because we already know the best thing whether it was the foreigner was the U.S. champ. That was always cool. You know what I mean? We didn't realize how cool it was when we were kids, but we got older. It's like, oh, that's pretty funny. You know what I mean?
Yeah, I don't need him as a manager of a tag team that's irrelevant.
No. He's too good. He's too good. I know he's been dealing with some injuries. I know it's the knees things, man, and people's knees and stuff like that. But when he's right, I don't need him managing nobody. Jinder Mahal is They said he was a prop champion because they made that India run. It is what it is. It is what it is, man. He happened to be Indian. They trying to make him Indian deal. They made him champion. The same thing they would do whenever they start doing like a China deal. Listen, Xia Li gonna get the call up. That's what they do. Now, just because you might be that does not mean he was not worthy. Doesn't mean he wasn't in the best shape of his life. Doesn't mean he can't wrestle with the best of them. Just because Jinder's not on your bingo card as the greatest wrestler of all time, that dude he's one of the all-time greats. He's one of the all-time greats.
Evan.
Yeah, they don't. Jinder's cold, and I'll tell you this, damn it. Let me keep it real with you, man. When he met my brother who's special needs, he was a freaking first-class citizen, and that shit matters to me. I don't give a damn about what people. That dude was. I wish it was like. Of course, I'm trying to do work and interview somebody for once, and my wife took my baby brother to this meet and greet thing for access, and he was the consummate. Like he was an angel to my brother. Seriously, like that kind of stuff. That makes you a superstar as well. Yes. You know, recognizing you're speaking to somebody that's on the spectrum and not being like a you know what I mean, not being in your character, but being like a common. It was amazing that story my brother told me. You know what I mean? And so he's always gonna have he's always gonna have a soft place in my heart for being a consummate professional, being in shape, being a good wrestler, and being an ambassador to wrestling. And and when he's cutting that promo, and I know The Rock, he was a sacrificial lamb to The Rock. But man, he was cooking. That's all I'm gonna say about that. He was cooking. Jinder, he was cooking.
Hey man, he's about as big as The Rock too. I mean, come on now, he's looking good.
Jinder Mishanti, you know what I mean? Listen, all right, listen. Here we go.
Maharaja,
the modern day Maharaja. Listen. So okay, all right. So here we go, fellas. I'm gonna bounce around a little bit. I'm gonna come back to Dwayne. Don't get it twisted. I'm gonna give him his due. I see on here what's next for Cody. Yeah, let me frame that. We cool with the Shinsuke thing, JMC. What is next for Cody? Are they just making us just forget until he goes and finishes the story, or they mid-carding him? What's going on, man?
I had the greatest idea of all time, Evan, and I sent it to you in a voice message.
It is amazing.
And I said, I'm reaching, guys. I'm stretching, and I think it's too late.
It's amazing.
But it's red. It's red mist and a red light. So I said, here's what you do to make this awesome. You just have Shinsuke go completely off the rails, torture Cody, beat Cody's ass. Doesn't matter because Cody cannot take a pin right now. So as soon as Shinsuke gets pinned, he gets right back up, miss Cody, cheats, miss him, gets disqualified, doesn't matter, brutalizes him every chance, never leaves him alone. Cody beats him 3 times, he pops back up and he keeps destroying Cody for some reason. Now they've already given an explanation, but I would have kept it more vague for a long time until you reveal, and there's a million different ways to reveal it. But you have to then go back to catch Paul Heyman on the phone or contacting and hiring Shinsuke Nakamura, almost like a Yakuza hitman or a Yakuza. I don't even know what the right word would be, but like almost like he said, look, Cody's coming. It's WrestleMania season. We need to get out ahead of this before we can. So Shinsuke, you're going to be our guy. You're going to take Cody out before he even gets a chance to be in the title picture. And then the whole time, basically, Shinsuke is like a hired gun for the bloodline. So Cody can't even get into the title picture. How that would get him into the title picture, I don't know, but at least makes it somewhat interesting. I'm basing that off of a red light and a red mist. Other than that, it's just a divergent block in the road like Brock Lesnar was. It's not that it's even bad. I like the little anime thing. I like the pre-recorded promos to make Shinsuke's delivery come across more effective. If it was Backlash time of year and this was Cody's first title defense where he cannot lose, but they have to serve somebody up, I think this would be cool. But everybody with half a brain and who knows wrestling knows exactly what this is. It's a roadblock, and Cody's obviously going to come out on top of this. But if you did it the way that I'm talking about, wins and losses really don't matter there. And at least it then leads to something. But now all bets are off because there is I think The Rock weighs 290. There's a 290-pound Samoan in the way now. So what do I know? But I don't hate the program itself, but just given what it is, it's so obvious what it is. So Cody's not a mid-carder by any stretch. He's still a superstar.
He's not.
But he's not. It's sort of the LA Knight treatment. It's like keep him relevant, keep him on the back burner, but he's not going to be served up anytime soon for a main dish.
Oh, I know I got a little platform over here, but I swear every time I go on my little rants about Shinsuke, need to cut a promo. What they start doing? They started putting him in the back, subtitling him, and making his stuff more effective. Almost like this Negro knows what he's talking about. Almost like I know what I'm talking about as far as giving him more effective. Sitting out there in a live studio, live audience, having him cut broken English is not effective. It's not. It ain't. So this is the most effective Shinsuke's been since I've seen him. NXT was always cool. NXT's fine. That BS with Rick Boogs is fine. A little cheesy for me, but it's fine. This is the most effective he's been. Is the most dangerous he's looked. Because somebody's figured out, put him in the back, put some subtitles on him, those anime graphics in there, and he looks like a boss. He just do. He don't need no violin players. He don't need us chanting for him. He needs to come out, beat the brakes on somebody, miss it in their face, 1, 2, 3. That's all you got to do. That's all you got to do. With that being said, listen, I said it before and I'll say it again. The minute Cody's shoulders got pinned to the mat, as soon as they got pinned to the mat, they had a whole bunch of dancing to do. They had 11 and a half months of dancing to do. They did. Because you can't convince fans that he's not supposed to be champ because you build him up to be champ. You build him up to be champ. And I believe he'll get there. I don't think it's going to be this year. I don't. I could be wrong.
I don't think it's going to be this year either. Look, this is what I think is going to happen. I mean, It could happen. But I think Drew McIntyre is going to eliminate Cody Rhodes from the Royal Rumble.
Interesting. That's another bold prediction. 2 bold predictions tonight.
And to go along with it, because the story's already there, Cody Rhodes brought Jey Uso to Raw. Okay, and Jey Uso's been a pain in the side of Drew McIntyre. And how dare Drew McIntyre let Cody Rhodes finish his story when you brought the same person here to prevent me from going? Yeah. I'm just being honest. The story is there. There's a story right there, right in front of your face. And you can, if it's The Rock at WrestleMania, you have to have something logical for Cody Rhodes to do. And there you have it. There's a story. You can connect the dots. And also, it's not necessarily a mid-card match. It could be a co-main event because you can elevate those guys into the main event. Then again, everybody need hey Cody Marks, Cody stands out there. Y'all need to understand one thing and one thing only. That's the damn Rock. I think it's shell of the Rock, but it don't matter. It looks like the guy, and he is who he is. Hey man, I was on wax. Y'all the ones out here calling him sticky, and all he does is cuss, and that's what y'all said, man. I was telling you.
But I ain't saying nothing about it being a shell of himself, though.
Do you think that's 2002 Rock, 2000 Rock, 2000?
Hell, I ain't even 2002 Evan right now. What the hell you talking about?
But I'm just,
I'm messing with you, man.
Yeah, you know what I'm trying to say.
I'll put it out there.
He is a shell of his damn
The Rock was blown up after 2 moves on Monday. Bro, straight up.
Hey, I want to go up. You come to
here. Yeah, I mean, I know I was harsh on him, and but I mean, God, but he still looks like a superstar though. He does look like a superstar.
No, he's not. But that's that. But hey, he's in bodybuilder shape. That dude like 310. He ain't 290.
Come on now, he's like.
Oh, why y'all come on now? He ain't that big.
That dude is huge. And then you see him on Instagram carrying.
Yo, Chef, come on, Chef. They doing him dirty, Chef. They doing your boy dirty. Man, George said 290. DP said 310. 310. Yo, Dwayne, I love you, baby. Come on.
I better not see either one of y'all voting for him in 2022. That's all I'm saying.
Yeah.
That ain't got nothing to do with anything. I love The Rock. But he's not what he used to be. Hey, I'm not 15 anymore. I can't dunk no more. I could dunk when I was 25. I put it on somebody's head, but now.
Ooh, you bang on somebody like that?
Yeah, but now, I try to go up there, bro. It ain't gonna be no good.
Gravity's undefeated, baby.
For about 3 weeks.
Gravity is undefeated. Listen. I'm with you. I'm with your biggest point. The biggest point is anybody taking a backseat to The Rock. Anybody.
Yes. Anybody. It's look who can outshine The Rock in the WWE right now? And Romo, my guy, but even still, it's The Rock. I mean, you ain't gonna beat The Rock. I mean, The Rock ain't gonna beat Roman, but even still, it's The Rock. It's marquee. It's.
But DP, to your point, and I'm gonna say something positive about Dwayne. He's so relevant and so over with the casual viewer.
Yeah.
That if you just scroll through the Twitter and the Instagram comments, they're like, "Oh, Rock's coming to take that title finally." Like. They're convinced because he's that over and that much of a big deal.
That's what I'm talking about.
That's that. Yeah, I don't respect those.
People. I mean, that's crack smoke.
But to go back to the original thought was what's next for Cody.
Bring it all the way back, Chef. Bring it all the way back.
Yeah, let's focus, right?
Oh, you know how we do, man. We go way off a tangent.
Bring it back, Chef.
So like Joe Flacco. I think I can relate what the chamber talk has to do with Cody and WrestleMania because if you do what we don't want them to do and have The Rock before Mania, it still leaves something open for Cody for Mania. Because what you could do is if Rock Roman is backlash Elimination Chamber, then that leaves 2 possibilities to have him, be eligible for a title. So he either needs to win the chamber or he needs to win the Rumble. Because first of all, Rock Roman is not for a belt. So we can just kill that right now, right? I mean, we all agree it's not for a belt.
That's what I said. But that's what
it can't be. Right. It's not. So in order for Cody to have something to do later on in the summer, you would have to leave either the chamber open for him to have the shot at Roman, or he wins the Rumble to have the shot at Roman. But it can't be, The Rock is at Mania and now we don't have any, because if that is the plan, then what do you do with Cody? Because Cody, is it you get to go beat Seth again for the belt? Like, is that really? That's not finishing the story. It's not.
He actually said in one of those very corporate press conferences at the end of a pay-per-view, he's like, no disrespect to the world heavyweight title, but I would not consider that finishing the story. He actually even said that. And those things are such a controlled environment. I can't even believe he said that.
So that's what I'm saying. So I don't know. The only way to clear the runway for him to finish the story of Mania is for the Rock to not be involved in Mania at all.
I agree with that. Or like I said, my original premise from a year ago, bro. Roman 2 nights, man. Who's gonna argue with that?
That's been tossed around. They
they stole that shit from me, Jay.
I know they did because that was like a year ago.
Roman 2 nights. What? Who the hell would argue with Roman 2 nights? I'm not arguing with double dose of the chief.
I'm not arguing with it either, Evan, but logically, he don't do 2 nights in a month, much less two matches, 2 nights in the same week.
Yeah, hold on, listen. Let me bring the boy on, man. He got something he want to say. Let me bring the boy. Yo, Belt God, what it do, man? Belt God, what it do?
Hey. Yeah, what's up, baby? Yeah.
It's now a fatal 5-way.
So we talking Rock, huh? We talking Rock?
We are talking Rock.
All right, let's go.
All right, okay. The Bell God, pull up. Listen, so you heard what we talking about, but so before I move on, let me get your quick thoughts on the whole thing with Cody. Is he placeholding right now before he gets to the show? Has The Rock deterred him at all? Does Cody still get this title at WrestleMania 40, or are we gonna draw this out till Roman beats Hogan's record in September? What the hell's going on with Cody?
I got a scenario. I think I doubt they'll do it. If they do, I want writers' credits and everything like that. But I got a scenario that I haven't heard yet. I wrote this down. It's not on the clipboard, but I wrote it down.
Don't break it.
Not hell no. It costs way too much. All right. So let's start at the Royal Rumble. We have Roman Reigns versus Randy Orton.
Okay.
Bloodline is doing bloodline things. We all know how that is. We got a thumb over here. We got Jimmy with the smile and the smirk or whatever else. No heating up and everything like that. So they're all up in the match. Randy's getting ready to potentially lose this. All of a sudden, Cody Rhodes comes down to help out his friend to be able to stop the bloodline. Something happens. A little issue. Cody cost Randy that championship match.
Mm-hmm.
So later on in the Royal Rumble, it's down to Cody Rhodes and CM Punk. You know, we could just have a situation where CM Punk gets him out clean, or Randy Orton comes down for a little bit of revenge. And then from there, Cody's taken out. CM Punk wins. He's going to pick Seth Rollins to be in night 1 of WrestleMania. Now, on the next night of Raw, Cody Rhodes comes out a little dejected. You know, that was one of his last shots to be able to get a shot at Roman at WrestleMania. He doesn't know what to do. He can't finish the story, you know, a little bit dejected. You see him done with that promo, walking in the back. Here comes the Judgment Day. The Judgment Day is laughing at him. They're making little jokes or whatever. And I'm talking the full Judgment Day, meaning also R-Truth. So then from there, R-Truth goads Damian Priest to put up his briefcase on the line in a match. Damian's like, I ain't no punk. Boom, I'll go ahead and do that. Damian Priest loses that match. Cody Rhodes then from there has the briefcase. Now, it ain't just that easy. Then from there, the next week, Randy Orton's a little bit pissed off. He's like, yo, you cost me my shot. So I know you want to finish your story. I'm gonna cost you your situation. You think you got a fairy book ending. I want a match at WrestleMania for that briefcase. That is the first match of night 2 at WrestleMania. So then from there, at that first match at WrestleMania night 2, Cody and Randy fight, and Cody wins, but Randy is so pissed off he attacks him to the point where Cody's either out on a stretcher or he needs help to the back. So at that point, there's no chance that Cody can cash it in that night. Rock and Roman that night, you get the dream match. Everything's cool. Roman wins. Fireworks, everything goes off. All of a sudden, it starts to get a little quiet. Boom, Cody's music comes on. He's hobbling down in a neck brace, some type of issue, something. He comes down and he cashes it in. They have a 10-minute match at that point because it ain't just that easy to beat the tribal chief. He's tired. Cody's injured, but Cody still wins at the end. You got everything in one match.
Hey, that dude put Z's. That was a decent.
Right.
I think the flaw in the logic is this.
All right.
Is that Cody Rhodes shouldn't be helping nobody win a WWE title other than himself. Ain't no damn way Cody Rhodes should be.
Also
anybody.
to me, because this is all good stuff that you laid out, but also to me, that Hogan thing is right there, bro. He's come too far, man. He's come too far.
They actually, as much as they're talking about it, that might be the diversion that they're looking for.
Hell no. No, he's too close. He's close. He's too close to erasing the history of Hulk Hogan. He's too close.
But yet they're about to get ready to honor Hulk Hogan with the 40th anniversary of Hulkamania coming up.
They're going to pat him on the back, and then they're going to have Roman pass there.
And then erase it.
Hey,
back
pat, erase.
Hey, gang. The first, I was just thinking about it. The first seed of Drew McIntyre, Cody Rhodes was planted when Jey Uso was getting his ass beaten. Cody Rhodes wearing clean pads.
I like it.
McIntyre.
I like it.
And then he was just standing there. I'm trying to tell you, look out. The seed's been planted.
Chef, Chef, very demonstrative, Chef. What's on your mind?
Let me hear it.
Listen, I appreciate the diatribe by the Belt God, and I appreciate his appearance on the pod. Hello, good sir. Appreciate you. I appreciate Crockpot booking as well.
That was like the Crockpotiest Crockpot booking right there.
That was like a call.
Yo, he was like bubble boiling trouble. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah. Instagram meme came up. I got the recipe.
Yeah, that was a hell of a recipe. I don't know if all of the ingredients equal a good meal though. It sound good. It looked good on the menu.
It sounds like a nice gumbo. It's a gumbo.
Right.
It gives you everything you want, but it's a lot of ingredients in there.
It's a lot. I might need some of that to go. I don't know if
I get diabetes over there,
Listen. Let me get to the one thing though. Yo, JMC. So Damian Priest is starting to look. His cash-ins are starting to look very silly. His cash-ins are starting to get a little Three Stoogie for me. His like the only thing that's missing is that that's the only thing that's missing with his cash-ins. And Damian Priest to me was built very well. They did a really good job of building him. I don't like these failed attempts. Shout out to Seth Rollins for retaining in a classic. I thought it was great. It was a great match. The great Seth Rollins continues his run. He should be able to walk into WrestleMania with the title. He's earned that right. He's become, you could call it the workhorse champion all you want, but I just think he's been a good champion. You know what I mean? Call it workhorse, call him what you want to call him, but I think he's been a good champion. But JMC, Damian Priest has the briefcase. They gave him the briefcase. So if you don't agree with the Belt God's assessment on how he might lose the briefcase, what happened with Priest? Because Priest is lying in the weeds with a championship opportunity.
I don't think it's any slight on Damian Priest, although you're right, it does absolutely make him look foolish.
Starting to look goofy, bro.
I think a lot of times they just feel like, okay, we have to remind people that he has this, remind people that he exists outside of just, and he's still a tag team champion. He's still main eventing Raw and putting on fantastic matches that, you might say that's a prerequisite. That's what you're supposed to do if you're a superstar and you've been built to this point. But as far as moving forward, I think they've been teasing that. And I think they've been teasing the implosion of the Judgment Day for so long that bringing in, the Randy Ortons and the CM Punks of the world, now the Dwayne Johnsons, and just there's an embarrassment of riches right now. And I think they're just trying to remind you that he exists. Shout out to Drew McIntyre for doing some of the best character work of his life as well. His facials are on point. His emotion is awesome. I love the fact that they didn't just turn him heel one week. It was like a slow burn effect. I love what they're doing with Drew. I love what they're doing with Seth. And you're absolutely right, Evan. Damian looked foolish in cashing in, and then Drew, after narrowly missing the 3 count on Seth Rollins because his foot inadvertently touched the rope, then he did something foolish too, which is not in Drew's character. It's in the writing and the creative. So I thought it was a sort of a clumsy finish to a very, very good main event that I actually wanted to see. I didn't think Drew had a chance to win, but I think it's honestly not a slate on any guy. I think it's just they're not pulling the trigger with some of the bigger events of the year coming up, and there's such an influx of talent right now that they're trying to give everyone time and just see who kind of fleshes out. So I don't think it's anything to do with Damian.
I agree with what you're saying. And like I said, I don't think it's an indictment on him. I just think that I like the silly cash-ins. I don't mind him cashing in and changing his mind. I don't like the super kicks or the claymores, and I don't like that. I don't need him
because if you have that money in the bank privilege, you could literally just come and beat the living piss out of both guys till they can't move. That match ends and becomes a disqualification, and you just hand the briefcase right to the ref. You could come out with a and dismember somebody, So for that to happen very often is, short of the Austin Theory U.S. title debacle.
Don't get me started on that.
No,
I was just thinking about Austin Theory.
Ain't no way in hell you cashing in on no damn United States title. Well, that's just saying we made a boo boo. I'm like, if you do something, do it with your chest, man. Don't be talking about you made a mistake. Nah, make it happen. Don't be saying you made a mistake with Otis either. Make it happen. Make it happen.
The last few times they've had the money in the bank on somebody, it seems like it's been screwy and it's nothing.
Man, they're messing with my favorite. They're messing with my concept. They're messing with my concept. I love that concept more than any new concept WWE's ever come up with.
Well, I love it. Mind though, it became almost too guaranteed. So I guess every now and then they want to kind of throw you off.
Too stupid. No,
don't have him. He ain't cashing in on nobody in NXT. He ain't cashing in on the United States title. Man, stop playing.
I don't know.
Man, let's I swear before God, boy. Listen. Listen.
Said Kirk flanking up ahead before God up in here.
Evan, they can't have him cash in on Roman. We know that title is locked.
That ain't happening.
For a long time, for whatever the outcome is. And with Seth, they're trying to build that title and make it somewhat relevant. So his reign can't be short either. So they should either kind of just make it out of sight, out of mind, and let him carry it around so you are reminded a little bit, but not throw it in your face. But I think it's really just there's so much talent right now and they don't know what to do. They're trying to build.
They got a lot.
So, yeah,
they got a lot. Listen, breaking news. Deonna Purrazzo is all elite. Do we care? Do you guys care?
That's somebody to go with Mercedes. If she pulls up, you just ask for two.
She's gonna have great matches with Sky Blue.
Bodies. That's two. Evan, that's two bodies.
On Rampage.
You gotta start somewhere, Evan.
She's talented as hell, man. I met her for the first time in 2014. Sweet as pie. She could wrestle then, and she's great in the ring. I don't know about her promos or if she's a crossover superstar, but Tony Khan literally said her and Mercedes are his two biggest ones. So he got one.
You got three. You got Tony Storm, timeless Tony Storm. If you got Deonna Purrazzo and a Mercedes pulls up, there's three right there. There's three women that are strong.
Jamie Aver's really good. She at wrestling,
but she's hurt.
I know you're right.
Evan fell asleep when I brought her up earlier.
Well, I didn't say she
passed out.
I didn't say box office.
Water on his ass.
It's not an indictment on these ladies. It's how they're presented.
Yes, I agree with that.
It has nothing to do with them ladies because when dudes were getting beers in women's matches, I was front and center. So yes, I ain't nobody gonna question my support or no women's division in any of wrestling. When dudes taking their little beer breaks at their live shows, old Mackie was sitting there watching all the women's journey and all the come ups and all the evolution of these ladies. So when I'm criticizing, I'm criticizing the way they build
the booking, creative.
Period. And getting these girls better training. And better developed in the ring. Listen, I'm gonna keep it a buck. I don't know what the hell they be doing.
I'll criticize some of their promo ability because a lot of them.
But that makes you complete. Like I need all that. I need it to be better.
And a lot, and I'm not saying it's a woman thing because it isn't.
No, it's a development thing.
Company wide thing. If they don't use the amount and volume of television time and YouTube time and time to get people.
Yeah, let's say YouTube. Let's say, it doesn't always have to be TV. It doesn't always have to be TV. We don't have to always because DP, you're right. Listen, everybody talks about TV time and there's only a certain amount. No. Not with YouTube. Not when you control social. Put these ladies, give them something. Put them on something.
Give them time. You ain't gonna get better. Look, I am 10 times the banker I was last year because I had nothing but reps Evan,
Ooh.
how much better at basketball were you after you got reps? They gave you an opportunity, and then you practice till it was second nature, because then you knew I ain't gonna fail out here on busting somebody's ass. Today, that's what these ladies need. They need the time to build repetition.
I
That way
agree.
they're not terrified out there when they have a microphone in their damn hand.
I agree, bro.
Like.
Bars.
They look absolutely terrified out there with the mic, except for a couple people, a couple women, even not just women, a couple individuals in general. A lot of people out there look scared. Now, y'all gotta ball up. Y'all on national TV. Look, we out here. Look, shit, we out here. This going to the world for us to hear. We know what we doing. Y'all need to understand what y'all doing on the microphone. Y'all getting paid to talk. Paid to wrestle. Do your damn job. And Tony Khan, give these people an opportunity to learn. It's okay if you fall on your ass. You got to get up. Let them fall on their ass. They gonna fall on their ass. But they got to learn how to get up. And don't be out here Ricky Starking people. It's a new verb. We created that last week. Shout out, Chef. He was cooking.
What you got, PA Dub?
You can just look at the overall problem in general with AEW. It's time management. I mean, as you said, with all the different shows, the different YouTube platforms, you have multiple brands there. Think about every major debut that happens, all the hype. Tony has an amazing announcement coming soon, a big surprise coming soon. Every big star that debuts, that's the peak of their AEW experience. It always here, and it just goes down. I'm like, I mean, sometimes I forgot that Edge was on the show. And, you know,
that's crazy. Belgod, I said that last week. I said Adam Cole, Daniel Bryan, and Adam Copeland were all more interesting the day they debuted and more over than they are now. And it's a massive issue.
AEW. Unacceptable. Unacceptable.
The only person who is on a proper trajectory would be maybe Adam Cole now with the Devil reveal, but MJF obviously, and then now I think you can finally say Samoa Joe is where he should be. Other than that, and Swerve, but he's been derailed a little bit too because
I can't wait till we talk about that in the world's end, man.
They still haven't pulled the trigger on Swerve yet for whatever freaking reason. Now Eddie Kingston, I'm a fan. I like Eddie Kingston.
Me too.
I'm glad he won that tournament.
Eddie Kingston is awesome.
Awesome.
That dude ain't scared of the damn microphone.
And guys, one thing that bothers me, Stone Cold. It could have been, and I think maybe they're trying to course correct now. But the best work that he does is on Instagram. I have to send Evan these links and say, why was this not on the show?
Why wasn't it on TV?
Right.
Why was the promo he cut after he won? When he got to the finals, not on TV? Are y'all out of your damn mind? Are you out of your damn mind? Nah, PW ain't wrong, but damn it, you saying it ain't helping it.
And you don't have him on the press conference after.
Cut the check, Tony.
Listen, we all be listen, Tony.
Give Mercedes $5 million.
Tony, I quit my job right. I quit my job right now. You bring me on. I'm telling you right now. You can take all my ideas. You ain't gotta give me credit. That's how much I care about your product being better. I don't need the credit. I just need you to listen.
Just listen. Give me 10 minutes. Tony like this.
Give me 10 minutes, Mr. Khan. I tell you, give me 10 minutes, Mr. Khan. You can take all these ideas. You can put your name on it. I'll sign an NDA. I'll never sue you. But what I can't have is you having legitimate talent that's on that roster that you can build that you ain't building. From the Wardlows to the Eddie Kingstons of the world to the Ricky Starks of the world. Ricky Stark better than almost everybody on your roster. Ricky Stark better than almost everybody on your roster.
I miss Powerhouse man.
Powerhouse to me, I'm kind of like, Powerhouse to me is kind of like, I don't know, like a mayonnaise sandwich. She's just like there if you're broke and you need something. You know what I mean?
You got the right. You have the right.
I can't believe he just called Powerhouse House a wish sandwich.
Shout out, man.
Oh my God! Listen, man. All right, man. If I have a damn heart attack in here, listen. All right, here we go. Jay. So this podcast is always near and dear to me because I take pride in this thing going a million different directions. I really do. I need to start putting some ding ding dings and transitions in or something like that to keep everybody from having a nervous breakdown. But I just trust that y'all are all good. So Jay, World's End, MJF, the devil was. We talked about the devil about 3 weeks. You were right about who the devil was. Your answer always made sense. It made the most sense. I said it made the most sense. I didn't want it to be that. Just because, but it made the most sense. And what I do care about is coherency. And I talk about it all the time. I don't care if you do things just to do things. If we're writing stories need to make sense. Movies that I hate, they just do stuff. I don't like that. I like stories that make sense. I like same thing was about wrestling. The best story based on what they wrote was it to be Adam Cole. Was it for it to be Adam Cole? So you were right. Whoever was behind him was inconsequential. It was the main person, the main catalyst, the main boss, the final boss, and that was Adam Cole. He can't move, still can't wrestle, can't move, can't do a damn thing, still hurt. But he's the face.
Scary in a chair.
Cool. Because he can't do a squat thrust right now if I asked him to. He couldn't do one burpee if I asked him to right now.
I was about to say burpee too.
so Jay,
tell that brother do a jumping jack.
Yeah. Listen,
mountain climber, something.
Yeah, do one mountain climber right now. I give you $5. Listen,
so that man to do a triple jump.
Yeah.
Oh my God!
You guys are asking a lot. As we get older, burpees are hard as shit. Come on.
Listen, damn it, Adam Cole. I do the hokey pokey for a second. You can't do that.
Nope.
He'll slap his knee.
Listen. Yo, Jay, talk to me about the MJF, the devil, the result, the end game, World's End. Let's go, AEW. Let's go.
All right. So Evan and I watched the pay-per-view. There's a lot of sentiment going around. I'm going to tell you why I think they did as good of a job as they can for multiple different reasons. Obviously, I do believe the end game was originally to have the devil be Adam Cole. The whole storyline does not work at all if MJF does not lose that title because of something that the devil does. There needs to be, I didn't watch Dynamite yet, but there has to be an explanation promo tonight by Adam Cole. And he has to say why he teamed up with Samoa Joe. And he has to say, Joe, we have the agreement. As soon as I'm ready, I'm number one in line for that world championship.
Yep.
He has to say it. Otherwise, it makes no sense. Joe should have stayed for either the reveal because he knew he was working with the devil and didn't know and was like, no shit. Okay. Or was like, hell yeah, we pulled it off. And then he can leave. Didn't like that. A lot of people are complaining. If you guys watched the pay-per-view, I don't know if you did. Very similar to the Wardlow, when Wardlow finally turned on MJF. MJF asked Cole for the ring. Cole fumbled around like he couldn't find it. Joe sneaks up from the back, chokes MJF out, and Joe wins about as clean as you can ask for. Now, I think this actually works for a couple reasons. It would have been cool, first and foremost, to have the moment where the devil actually F's over MJF and finally says, it is me, to get MJF's reaction. We missed out on that. We didn't get that during the match. So what I would have liked to see Evan, when he was fumbling around for the ring, he could have pulled the devil mask out of his pocket like he did later. He could have pulled out the middle finger, whatever. Joe winning clean works for a couple reasons, though, because Cole was there to say, I've screwed him over enough to prove that I did cost him the title, but it keeps Joe strong. MJF almost lost last time to Joe. And if MJF does go to WWE or if he's just out for a while with injury, you have a strong champion that didn't require necessarily full-on cheating to win. So Joe looks great.
Yep.
I will say that during the reveal, I thought the visual of Cole sitting in the chair, slicking his hair back was pretty cool. I thought he nailed the look when the lights came back on.
He's a pro, Jay.
I mean, that's the least you should do because it's a big moment. But I think overall, I don't think it fell flat.
No.
But I think they were definitely hampered by multiple injuries along the way. I think that they got derailed a little bit and didn't know when they needed to end it. And guys, the last thing that I'll say before we turn it to the panel, the other complaint that a lot of people are saying, which I didn't hear everyone predict Adam Cole, so it couldn't have been that predictable. But when we watched Harry Potter, did we ever think that Voldemort was going to reign victorious? When we watched,
I wanted him to.
Me too. But when
the most misunderstood wizard.
My favorite character of all time is Thanos. Did we ever think at the end of Endgame Thanos was going to return and reign triumphant? We did not. We knew the Avengers eventually would triumph. So my point with saying all that is just because it's predictable does not mean that it's wrong. And I think
I agree with that.
I think that was the only end game in this circumstance that made sense. MJF, I believe, has already quietly re-signed with AEW, so he'll be back to get his revenge. And then you have storyline for the next several months. So in a very cattywampus pay-per-view that was a little bit all over the place, I thought it served its purpose, and I think it could have been better, but I think it did its job.
No, the final thing is all I care about. I don't care about a lot of mishmash matches that they threw together because they got to throw a card together some way. There's a few matches that I thought were solid. I'm not worried about good wrestling. The prerequisite to wrestling, it should be good. So I get a little tired of everyone talking about this match was good. I hope so.
Yeah,
that's what wrestling's supposed to be. It's supposed to be good.
You gotta
that's just me, bro. Like so now when your wrestling is good, your storyline needs to be exceptional.
You got to follow up now because, I mean, you have to have Adam Cole and the Devil's henchmen run amok for the next until MJF comes back.
I agree.
And if you don't, it makes no sense. Like Belka was just talking about Swerve, who I think is a tremendous talent. And coming off that death match with Adam Page was maybe the hottest guy in the company, maybe even hotter than a fledgling MJF at the time. And then now he says, I wrestled Keith Lee, ended up being Dustin Rhodes. And then he said, my time was wasted at World's End, which it was. And then tonight he has another meaningless match that doesn't do anything. So it's all about how you follow up. So I hope Tony knows this is his hottest program right now. And I hope
that's what it's supposed to. And that's exactly right. TK has to understand that when you have a hot program or whatever, no matter what people think about it, you need to continue it. Listen, it's as much as I believe there's bloodline fatigue, and that's just because they ran out of ideas. You're running out of ideas when you're running the same thing back a couple times. That's how you know. You can talk about it's full circle. Well, I went in the circle twice. Yeah, what we doing? What am I doing? Running a mile? I thought there was a 400. And next thing you know, I'm running the next lap and the next lap and the next lap. Damn, we might as well just run a damn decathlon. So like the bloodline started getting stale. But with that being said, they knew what storyline they had, and they milked it. They milked it for all it was worth. You can't have something that takes this long to build and that not have it pay off. So no matter how they got to this devil stuff, it has to pay off. But here goes the problem: Adam Cole can't move. He came with the. So you tell me I gotta watch Adam Cole sit in the chair until MJF comes back? Oh, come on, man! What?
MJF is gone, and the Kingdom are already the champions. So who are they beefing with right now?
They attacked. You're right. Nobody, but they're gonna probably bring the Acclaimed back and say they were attacked.
What? Please, God, don't.
You're right. Who else did they attack? They attacked Bullet Club Gold. You're right, Bill God. There's not a real explanation for that, and I hope they have. MJF had no other friends or allies really, so who's gonna stick up for him? So they just need to start attacking people and kicking ass and taking names and just build new until MJF comes out.
That's why I don't understand the whole Samoa Joe and Adam Cole connectivity. Why?
There is none. That was
there's none.
That was an audible because of his injury. That had to be an audible.
I get that, but the point I'm trying to make is that how is he this uber badass if he had to hire help from a devil and his henchmen to soften up MJF?
Well, you're right about that. So
he's a smart henchman.
He's a smart guy. But he couldn't beat MJF when he was whole. And why would you work with Adam Cole just for them to go do their own thing? Now, where's their payoff? Who's going to get their comeuppance on? What kind of contract did you sign? And also, I don't understand why they showed their hand when they had him come out with the entrance. They could have easily had the lights go off, and all of a sudden it's Adam Cole at ringside.
I know nothing. I don't know anything. I'm happy Samoa Joe has the title. I thought he should have the title.
Could it have been Wardlow? Could have been Wardlow instead? I mean,
Wardlow is he has no steam.
Cole,
you're right. No. Adam Cole and Wardlow, because they're at least in cahoots. But Wardlow they killed him. I've never seen a character killed so bad. But I mean, he could say, "I beat you with 10 power bombs in 10 seconds last time we wrestled. I deserve a title shot." I'm
cool with that. Listen, I don't listen. Put it like this. I'm asking these. I ask these questions to have meaningful conversations on a podcast that I'm contractually obligated to do, and contractually obligated that I love to do. And I'm gonna tell you why I say this, because I don't know what the hell they doing. I don't know. That's why I got 17 people on this podcast. Because if I start talking, I'm gonna really sound like I don't know what the hell's going on. I don't know what's going on. Make it make sense to Mackie. And I'm telling you right now, damn it, I got a couple degrees in my house, and I still don't know what's going on right now. Making me think college education don't mean shit because I don't know what AEW is doing.
Hey, Tony is doing it for all the failed promoters out there. Come on now.
No. He said I gave up. I don't know.
Make it make sense to the boy.
The hell out of me.
Ricky Stark should have been AEW champion. Swerve could be AEW champion. Wardlow should still be AEW champion. But I am glad Samoa Joe is AEW champion because he should have been WWE champion. He had injuries. He said it at the press conference. He had to get his body right. Everyone put him out to pasture. He said, you guys are overthinking it. Just because I'm a legit Samoan, I'm thick, I'm big bone, does not mean that I didn't want the title. He goes, I was just hurt. I took some time to get my body right.
Couldn't have been him and the poncho though. That couldn't be the end of the story.
Samoa Joe was one of the greatest commentators in history of wrestling. He's one of the greatest commentators in the history of wrestling. He definitely has a bright future if he wants to be done with that. But yeah, I don't want to see Samoa Joe in the poncho. I want to see him with gold. And I wanted to see him with WWE gold, to be completely honest with you, because that could have been a tribal chief match between two Samoans. But neither here nor there. But I digress.
Defang the Viper.
God, I love Samoa Joe. I can't tell you how much I love Samoa Joe.
Him versus Brock, was so believable.
Oh my God.
That was I thought that was going to be the one to beat Brock. Seriously.
I love that dude so much, man. Samoa Joe is just, man. But you can't mess with concussions. You can't mess with concussions. You can't mess with your head. You can't mess with your brain. You just cannot. You just can't do it. So I'm glad he took some time for his family and from himself as from a professional and personal standpoint to get right. He deserves the position that he's in. Anybody that knows anything about wrestling knows that Samoa Joe is one of the all-time greats at any promotion. He spent a little too much time in Impact, in my personal opinion, but that's neither here nor there. He's there at AEW right now. He has the title. And all is right in the world. I don't give a damn if it's because of an Adam Cole injury. I don't give a damn if it's because of a Kenny Omega injury. I don't give a damn if it's because of MJF injury. Samoa Joe got the title. I'm happy about that. Well, I think he'll be a fighting champion. I think he'll have a lot of matchups with people. I think he'll defend the title honorably. I think he'll beat the brakes off of Swerve. I think he's going to have the title for a good bit. And like I said, I'm happy for that. If I could do glass half full in this new year. But that leads me to okay, listen. All right, man. Somebody got Naomi returning to WWE, Mercedes to AEW. Whoever put that in the doc, expound upon it.
What I was simply saying is that depending on the person you like to read or the news that you like to educate yourself on,
my brain.
Miss Trinity Fatu is on her way back to WWE.
What happened? I thought WWE wasn't shit.
And then they're saying that Mercedes Moné is on her way to AEW. But
to face who?
I don't know. I don't. Apparently, Deonna Purrazzo, Evan. Apparently, that's what you pulling up to see. Yeah. Or Timeless Tony Storm did throw a little subliminal shot.
That'd be dope.
But I think it's good for the business in a whole. But like I told you a few weeks ago that they need to bring people in threes.
Who's torturing? Are you torturing your cat right now? Are you torturing your cat? Who's torturing the kitty? You?
No, I ain't got no.
My damn cat won't shut the hell up.
Bring your cat in. Don't be torturing your cat. Bring the cat in. What the hell wrong with you?
We're a cat friendly show.
You damn scary.
Very animal friendly on here.
Are you crazy?
Okay,
bring that kitty up in here. This kitty can take over the show.
Okay, all right.
There's a kitty in the damn. There's a kitty in the background of the live stream. But pull up. I'm like, yo, Seth. Like, damn. Yo, he trying to stifle that kitty. Y'all hear, yo, people listen to the podcast. You hear the belt guard trying to stifle that adorable cat. You hear those adorable kitty sounds like, let me in. I want to be a part of the podcast. I just want some love from the belt guard. I just want to interact with the panel. And you just going to leave me out here. You just going to leave me out here scratching the door. I want to be a part of this.
Yeah.
I speak cat. That's what your cat was saying while it was me. I speak cat.
They don't like closed doors.
Oh no, listen, my cat on a closed door, he could be literally in the middle of like Mordor. If you close a door to Mordor, he's gonna be like, listen, I'm getting in. I'm getting into this volcano.
Let me pull up.
Yeah, listen, my cat want to pull up to all doors that are shut. But yeah, I like what you're saying, brother. Listen, Miss Mercedes is gonna go where she can write her own ticket. We can. She's very listen. One thing I know about her personally, seriously, I'm gonna tell you something from like personal real talk here. She's very particular. She's a very particular lady, and what I mean by that, that's not necessarily a bad thing. She marches to the beat of her own drum. She's built up her cachet. She's built up her brand, so to speak. She's built her empire a certain way. So now she's not gonna be so easily jerked around. Yeah. Now you can, and that's by WWE. That's by whoever else. She's her own woman. And what I'm trying to say is, whoever she ends up signing with, I want everyone to understand she signed on her terms, whoever it may be. If Tony is the Mercedes whisperer, my hat's off to him. If he bags an all-time great, my hat's off to him. But I'm always gonna, listen. Sasha Banks worth whatever she want to be worth. I'm telling you, I used to push back on Sasha all the time until I used to go to these live shows, man. And I will hear every single top wrestler music hit, and when her music hit, it was louder or equally as loud as the dudes. And can't nobody say I'm wrong. If you really have been to a show with her, it is what it is, man. It's listen. She commands that. I give credit what credit's due. I'm done arguing with it. But with that being said, though, she needs to be at the E. I'm sorry, man. I'm not going. What you want me to do? Apologize for that being the best wrestling promotion in the world? It is, though, chef, but it is.
No, you're absolutely right. I guess what was there rumors that like she didn't like the contract that they were at her. Like something fell apart because it came out after, all of this talk that we were doing that he did reach out to her. So I don't know if she didn't like the number. I don't know if she didn't like how many dates they wanted her to be at. But there were talks with the WWE and it fell out. So she went back to Tony and said, Tony's going to give people what they want. So clearly she's going to get whatever schedule she wants. She's going to be able to work when she wants, where she wants. She's going to still get to do Japan. So it is what it is.
And people don't understand everything Chef said. People don't get it. Her damn corgi's name is Ryu. Y'all got to understand who these people are. Everyone acts like they know these people, but they always disagree with me about fundamental things like the human being. She's obsessed with anime. She's obsessed with Japanese culture. If you don't think that stuff can factor into her scheduling and what she wants to do, y'all crazy. Y'all are out of y'all's damn mind. So what I'm trying to say is, if AEW is where Miss Mercedes wants to be, my hat's off to her. What am I going to say about Miss Mercedes Moné? I'm going to say I like Sasha Banks' name more, but that's just me. Personally. It hits a little harder for me. But damn it,
you never know until she pulls up anyway.
Until she pulls up, DP. Until she pull up,
because they did say that she did cut off on negotiations with AEW a couple weeks ago. So you don't know what to believe.
That's why I always wait. Before I do any like crazy speculation.
I believe the Trinity stuff to WWE.
Oh, I believe that.
WWE and TNA got like a working relationship.
First, her husband's there, man. Her husband's there.
Yeah.
I like to work with. Listen, I like to work with my wife, man. He might like to work with his wife. Listen,
she could be the next addition to the damn bloodline.
They've been missed the boat on that. They should have been a female in that. No, she should be Samoan. It should have been Tamina. It should have been Nia. They need to stop playing, man. That bloodline should have been 10 deep.
I know.
Oh my God! Like when you have that much Samoan lineage, just put them all in there. Call Jacob Fatu. Oh my God, man! If I swear to boy, y'all gotta just hire me on you know what I mean? Like bring me in freelance for a month so we can get this bloodline shit right.
Let me brainstorm up in here.
Yo, Jay, it's your turn, brother. It's your turn for a favorite match of all time. Going around the horn. It's up to JMC. Please don't take my match. I might have to fight you. But yeah, because if he pulls the one I think he's gonna pull, I'm gonna get pissed. But it is what it is. But he is a person who likes to think outside the box. So I'm gonna say he won't. But
no way.
Okay, hit me with it, Zo.
So I'm if you don't know me, I'm everybody loves good in-ring work. I'm a big storytelling and promo guy first and foremost. And Evan, one of the people that is in my favorite match of all time is someone that I no longer even like. And it doesn't mean that they're not great at what they do. There's just a lot of reasons that I don't like the person. But I picked this match because of what it would lead to later on down the road. I felt like for a long time in the early to mid 90s, WWF was in sort of this era of over-the-top cartoon characters. Everybody had an occupation. There was a trash man. There was a
tax guy,
a baseball player. So for the longest time, WWE needed an attitude adjustment. We got that in the form of the Attitude Era. And a lot of people say that's the greatest era in wrestling. I vehemently disagree. I think the era that we are in right now and have been in for the past decade, with some qualms along the way, is the best era in wrestling.
I agree with you. Everyone will disagree with us, but I agree with you. They were the most experimental. They had some of the best wrestlers ever, but continue.
They had some of the best. Like,
we go unpack that next show. We go unpack that next show.
So I was mulling it over between three matches for three different reasons, but I don't want to straddle any walls or sit on any.
Don't straddle.
So I'm never going to do that.
Don't rip your pants, buddy.
So I thought at the time the WWF was in a blood war, pun intended, with WCW. They were looking for something to propel them into the future. They were looking for great storytelling, compelling characters. So we got that in the form of DX, The Rock, and to a greater degree, Stone Cold Steve Austin. In my humble opinion, the match that gave us Stone Cold Steve Austin as we know him to this day was WrestleMania 13, Bret the Hitman Hart against Stone Cold Steve Austin in an I Quit match. So for that reason, my favorite match of all time, due to the storytelling, was that match. And also, that was the first time that I can remember so many intricacies, so many nuances. You get the blood, you get the brawls, you get the catch-as-catch-can with Bret Hart and with Stone Cold Steve Austin. You get to see the work, you get to see the drama, the pageantry, you get to see the blood. And then that kicked off what would ultimately be the heel turn of Bret Hart, which I thought was Bret Hart's greatest work, as he was the Canadian hero, but a heel everywhere else in the world. Or he was a heel in the United States, but a babyface everywhere else in the world. And I thought that was tremendous work by Bret, who did not have a history of great promos, but of course a lineage of great technical matches. I thought you got the hottest superstar for a period of time in history of the business, and Stone Cold Steve Austin, as we know him to this day. And you had a double turn in the same match based solely on great storytelling and great work. Now, yes, it was violent. Yes, there was blood. I think that added to the match.
Necessary blood.
It's a perfect example of how blood can accentuate and add color, if you will, to a feud and to a match. And I believe, in my opinion, that match ushered in the Attitude Era and opened Vince McMahon's eyes to what could be and what needed to happen in WWF for a long time. So without that, without Stone Cold Steve Austin, without Bret Hart eventually leaving for WCW and the Montreal screw job, although I know that was a happy accident in a lot of ways, I don't think we're in the same era of wrestling and storytelling that we're in now. And to pull off and execute a double turn like that with a guy like Bret Hart, who had been a babyface for his entire career pretty much, and Stone Cold Steve Austin, who was so unique and so different and a breath of fresh air at that time, I just thought it was tremendous. And if you watch the match back, it still holds up, and they're not doing anything insane. There's no flippy dippy shit, as Evan and I like to call it. So it's just two guys who know how to work, know how to
collar and elbow, catch can.
And two of the greatest of all time. And I've soured on Bret Hart to a massive degree over the years. He still comes off He's extremely bitter.
He's a bitter Canadian.
He doesn't have a good promo other than when he's a heel to save his life.
4 out of 10.
But I will, at best. But I will still say he's one of the best in build-a-bell workers.
Y'all ain't gonna sit up here and do Bret Hart like this on this podcast. Y'all better chill out.
He's just kind of. I don't want to call him mid. It's just I don't know.
I mean, he's so his technical ability is unmatched.
At?
I'm an Owen Hart guy anyway. Give me Owen Hart over Bret Hart any day of the week.
Where SGG at?
My hero,
He's your hero for what?
He was my guy forever.
What the hell is your hero for?
He's never my hero.
I had the Bret Hart Halloween costume.
Shout out to Hogan for upstaging him at WrestleMania 9, the most underrated pay-per-view of all time. Daddy.
Oh my goodness!
I love that pay-per-view so much.
His broken eye socket.
I love. Listen, Mr. Fuji with the sand, brother. Oh my gentle Jesus.
But it's still real to me.
Oh God!
I got him too.
You ain't shit if your glasses are more over than you are. I'm sorry, man. Let's go. Yo, shut up, DP. You ain't shit if your accessories are more over than you, and you know they are. But enough is enough, DP, and it's time for a change.
I'm a wordsmith, and I can't even come back on that. Good God Almighty, because his brother wanted them glasses when I was young.
Oh, listen. Part of me, I'm salty because he walked by me and gave him some white kid when I was right there in front row of Hershey. That's probably what this is about.
Who hurt you?
Exactly. I just told you. Bret Hart did. I just told you. Yeah. At least I can admit why I'm hating on you. Boy, gonna skip over me when I'm young Mac and give it to some white. Yeah, I ain't playing. I'm not playing with you.
Hey, I'm done with Bret Hart now. Hey, it's over, Bret.
Don't be give him some adorable Gerber baby. Don't be giving it to that Gerber baby. Give it to that ghetto nappy head Evan Mack back in the day. You know what I mean?
They would have zoomed in on your ass.
Give it back to the Mack with his nappy head before he knew what a lineup was. Come on now,
man. Hey, low key, 1997 kicked off a danger that
it was nasty.
Think about the summer of 1997.
Really good stuff.
Going into that October because it was that Bret Hart versus Undertaker, Shawn Michaels special guest referee.
It's really good stuff. It's a good listen. It's a good year. It's a good year. Listen, great match. You guys have all been having great match. They're all great. I'll go next week. It's they're all been great. They've all taken me back. I've watched all 3 years you guys' matches, and I'm not. Both of you guys' match. I'm gonna watch the one with Jay. I'm gonna probably got time to watch it tonight. Just to go take that trip down memory lane, just to buffer y'all's point. But before we wrap this final thing up, I'll go around the horn as always and give you guys final word on anything you want to talk about. I don't give a damn what if it's movie, TV, wrestling. I don't care. Chef, you have the final word, brother. What you got?
The truth shall set you free. And
please don't do this.
I appreciate when truth telling happens out in the world.
Do not do this.
I just noticed some things on the interwebs nowadays. So shout out to Cat Williams for telling some truth.
Oh, he was cooked. Listen, yo, Cat is. Let me tell you something. I'm gonna give it back to you. Let me tell you something. Cat is cooking because to me, Cub Shay Shay is a little boring because Shay Shay don't know how to ask questions. It's all about his. It's all about his guests. He don't.
Damn.
Bret Hart, then Shay Shay catching them straight.
I literally have spent I spent years of going to school learning how to interview people, so I get a little pissed when somebody has a platform and they BS around. I don't give a damn who you are, first ballot Hall of Famer or not. He got on the third ballot, which is an injustice, but that's neither here nor there. But I take exception to people that kind of pull up and need cue cards and all this kind of shit. I get weird about that kind of stuff. So when your guest comes on with an agenda like Cat did. That's why it's already at 1 million views. Because Cat came on there cooking. And the best part, what I love about Cat Williams, and I've always loved about Cat Williams, is ain't no one gonna come back on this unit. They do, they know they lying. I can tell when people are telling the truth about something. I can tell when someone is literally prepared and telling the exact. I'm telling you. And when he goes with the best line he said, I'm only like 10 minutes in. Best line he said. I don't know why liars lie, because that's what everyone always says when someone says something outrageous. They say this dumb thing like, "Why would they lie?" I don't know. He goes, "I don't know why they would lie, but they lying." He goes, and he kept saying, "I don't know why liars lie." He goes, "But he lying." I hate when someone says something so ridiculous and you don't think they have a reason. Yes, they do. They made up some reason to lie.
He said, Ricky Smiley, how you supposed to be, buddy?
Yo, Chef, cook. Go ahead, Chef.
Script.
I just respect that the man is not afraid to speak his truth. He's not afraid of what's going to happen to him. He's
Nothing.
not afraid of the repercussions of whatever stereotypes he doesn't fit into or whatever groups he's not a part of, as far as the black comedians or comedians in general. He's just out here doing what he's gonna do. He's authentic in that, and I appreciate that. So shout out to Cat Williams for being who he is.
The greatest of all time, one of the greatest of all time stand up. I mean, bar none. He's one of the only comedians who writes his own material. I don't want to break the news to people, but a lot of your favorites don't write their own jokes. They don't. And I'm telling you, and I'm like, I mean, they don't, and everyone's like, what's the difference? Oh, my thing is, it's different when a musician don't write their own stuff. A comedian to me has to. That's just me. That's just me. How the hell? But that's, I don't want to get into that. But Cat is the only one who writes all of his own material. What's your point, Evan? My point is, damn, I could be a stand-up comedian. Somebody wrote for me.
Hey man, hey,
what?
Did y'all see that photo of Steve Harvey going across the internet earlier?
Yo,
why
yo, Jay,
like that?
Final word, brother. What you got? Anything in the world, brother?
I was gonna make Jinder Mahal my final thought this week, but we touched on it. I just thought his character work and his promo delivery was great. I really hope we see that character moving forward. I don't know if we talked about it last week, but a lot's going on. So I will say the Iron Claw movie was good. It left a lot of things out, but it's still a very dramatic piece. Brilliant acting by everyone all across the board, with the exception
of who?
Of the asshole that portrayed the great nature boy Ric Flair.
All right. Nice and doo-doo. Me and Jay watched that movie together. I watched it for the second time, and as soon as it came up, I just looked at him.
The guy who played Harley Race, amazing.
On fire.
The guy who played Ric Flair is an abomination to this society, and there's so many ways to shoot that. You can pay Ric Flair because God knows he needs the money. You pay him a couple $1,000s and get his voiceover. You show the close up of the boots, the tights, the robe. Show him from behind coming down the aisle, brother. All you got to do is keep it tight with the close ups. You don't ever have to show this prick who played Ric Flair. It's on YouTube. If you want to be highly offended, just search Iron Claw.
If you want to go to church, if you want to go to church and ask God to forgive you for your sins, even though you ain't do nothing but watch it, then pull up. PAW belt God. Final word. You can talk about anything you want, brother.
Oh man, I mean, there's a lot going on. There's TD Jake stuff, there's Kanye stuff, there's this, that, whatever, Jonathan Majors. But I mean, I'll just stick to something somewhat positive. I mean, I think we're coming ever so closely to X-Men coming into the MCU, so I'm just can't wait for that.
I'm scared. I'm scared.
I think they're going to do it right.
No, Ryan Reynolds is going to make sure they do that right.
Yeah, and so between that, I mean, there's a lot of, there's too many rumors out there, and it actually fills my workday. But I mean, we're talking potential X-Men versus Avengers stuff at some point.
Which Avengers?
I mean, you don't like the lukewarm,
no
Avengers they got now.
No,
JV squad, no.
JV, hell, that's seventh grade.
He will hit you with his 10 rings.
That is seventh grade. That's elementary school squad.
She-Hulk with her twerking powers, and man,
She-Hulk's the strongest one out of all of them. X-Men versus that Avengers. No, thank you, Belt God. I mean, no, thank you.
Keep it. I just said the concept. I didn't say who was on it, but I mean, keep in mind that we are dealing with multiversal situations, so you can bring on people from other universes that are the old school Avengers. So you never know. I mean, again, they have some options out there, but I just want to see the X-Men themselves done right. I want to see accurate costumes. I want to see just some of the plot lines they never actually got to, fill in some holes. Tell me why Rogue is really Rogue, and give me some Gambit.
Last time I checked, Rogue could fly. Last time I checked.
I mean, you had Miss Captain Marvel. Should take her. Rogue should have been the villain for that movie, in my opinion. I want to see her snatch her powers.
Listen, man. Everything you say, I'm with. I'm on board with all the things you're saying. I'm a fan of all things Marvel, even though Disney has broken my heart for these past few years. But I'm a Marvel comic book fan, so I will hang in with the comic book characters. With that being said, DPJR, final thoughts, brother.
First and foremost, always happy to be on there with the gang. We in the building.
Yeah.
Give the people what they want on a Wednesday night. You know, we got a couple things, man. Shout out to NFL in a couple weeks. You never know. You never know what's gonna happen. You got Cleveland out there looking like a
Ravens in the Super Bowl.
Nobody wants to see Myles Garrett in that dog chain. You got Lamar Jackson playing out of this world. Naysayers are saying he's not quarterbacky enough, but hey,
he's the MVP. He's the MVP. Two-time
over. 2 times should be unanimous.
You watch.
Hey, that would be dope if he won it 2 times unanimous, because then they couldn't say shit about that man.
He locked it up, brother.
And then in the NFC, you know, I think it's a beautiful thing going on. I think San Francisco might get upset. I think they might get upset. They don't want to see the Rams in the second round. It's just interesting. It's a beautiful time of the season. We got Royal Rumble about to kick off. The NBA, you know, we'll worry about that. And we'll worry about that at another day and time, you know. But it's just a beautiful time in the world of sports, you know. The snow's starting to fall all across the season. And we in here. We in the building. And we getting amped. The energy is sizzling. Chef ain't here, but I'm going to chop it up and light the stove. You hear me? This is what we doing. This is the time. And it's a beautiful time because you got the Royal Rumble and the Championships games coming up.
Dude,
we about to get lit.
I agree.
Crazy up in here.
I agree. This is some of the best times of year for me. This is one of my. I've never been so excited about a WWE build in a long time. Like I'm excited always, but this is nuts. From the Chamber to the Rumble to WrestleMania, whether I'll be whether I'll be there or not. There's just so much things going on. Jay said it best earlier. They are spoiled for talent. They are spoiled brats right now. They got a whole freezer full of just ice cream and candy. They literally got a Charlie and the Chocolate Factory, like of wrestling talent and storyline possibilities. And just embarrassment of riches, and I'm very excited to see it. But I appreciate for y'all fellas for joining me, and I appreciate everybody listening and hanging in. Podcast going up right after I get done with this live stream. JMC, DPJR, PAW the Belt Guard pulling up, and the great Chef Justin.
Hey,
I appreciate y'all.
Justin go?
I don't know. He pulled to you. He pulled to you.
Milk chocolate Phantom of the Opera.
Light skin Phantom of the Opera, milk chocolate Phantom of the Opera. Yo, we out. I can't stand y'all.
All right, PA Dub.
Yo, we